All right, here we have it. A few changes are finally starting to be made in Cleveland, starting with Kevin Stefanski. Did Kevin get fired? No, we did not get that yet. Unfortunately, this man still has his job. But Kevin Stefanski announced he will not be responsible for calling plays anymore and running the offense. That those duties will be completely handed over to Tommy Rees. Also, Dylan Gabriel still will be starting post bye coming in versus the Jets. So we have that. Let's take a look at what they had to say on UCSS. I'm interested to see, but this is crazy. Let's take a look at this here. It says on ESPN Cleveland, Kevin Stefanski announced that Tommy Rees will take over play calling duties going forward. The last time this team's offense was good was when Kevin Stefanski was no longer calling the plays anyway. Like, let's just be clear. Ken Dorsey's calling the plays the last time the offense looked like anything. Ever since Kevin Stefanski took over thinking he's the guy that can right the ship, no, it has looked absolutely terrible. It was also announced that Dylan Gabriel will be the starter for the Cleveland Browns versus the New York Jets, and I believe that this has to be the last chance for Dylan Gabriel. If he goes out there and stinks it up, I think you need to move on to Shedeur Sanders right away. It is time. It is time to move on to Shedeur Sanders. I don't believe Dylan Gabriel can give you anything. I don't think he has anything in the tank. I don't think he's a starting level NFL quarterback. Nice guy, but being a nice guy does not make you a good player. And it is what it is. Let's take a look at what the fellas had to say over on UCSS.
Breaking news in a second. Got to get one more read in. But Flyhouse and is giving over play calling duties to his offensive coordinator. This is something we talked about in depth earlier to this decision. Stefanski making it official right now. We'll dive into it a little deeper, but real quick around the panel. Earl, your initial thoughts on Stefanski turning over play calling duties to Tommy Rees?
Good, he should. This offense needs a spark. This team needs something different. I do think it's alarming that you're doing it for the second year in a row. I think it's a further indictment on Kevin Stefanski, the fact that we've gotten here. I'm interested to see what Tommy Rees can do, what wrinkles he can add. He has been touted as this innovative, next up type of guy when it comes to offensive minds coming from the college ranks to the NFL ranks. And to be quite honest with you, man, like it'll be very, very interesting to see how many yards Dylan Gabriel throws for coming out the bye week against the Jets.
I'm going to be clear. I still don't think Dylan Gabriel is going to be good, but he might look better than what he did with Kevin Stefanski. Kevin Stefanski's offense has been putrid at best.
Only because the only time we ever seen 300-yard passing games was when Ken Dorsey was calling the plays, not Kevin Stefanski.
As I just said, the last time the offense was good, it was when Ken Dorsey was calling the plays. It is what it is.
I'm anxious to see if it looks any different. I asked Tyvis this last week during our film review. I said, Mary Case came out and she said why, that the Browns should, turn over play calling to Tommy Rees. And Tyvis said, well, listen, they're both involved in the plays. They're both kind of coming up with the mix of plays, the scripts and different things. He doesn't know how much of a difference it's going to make. For me, I've been advocating it for a few weeks now. I think Tommy Rees is more in the mindset of understanding what college players are seeing and what college players have done, and putting those individuals in a position to run some of the things that they're more comfortable with. You got two guys who, in Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders, they're rookies. They came out of college, and I also think this is an opportunity, if you Kevin Stefanski, to be CEO and kind of look over certain things. I think the offense needed a shot in the arm. I think it was stale. I've been on the record saying that. I'm interested in seeing what the difference is going to be with Tommy Rees. And once again, the Cleveland Browns are the most interesting soap opera in the game. We got something. We didn't have no changes. Well, we got to change right now, and we'll see how it plays out. Jason, your thoughts?
See what I'm saying? The offense needed something. Like the fans need something to look forward to. Now, I don't know if Tommy Rees is going to be able to make Dylan Gabriel a good player at this level. Maybe he'll bring something else. Maybe, it's the same plays, but maybe it'll be a different sequence of. I don't know how he's going to change this, to be honest with you. I don't know how he's going to change this, but it will be interesting to see what can get done. Let's take a look at Baskin and Fellow.
Tommy Reese, new play caller for the Cleveland Browns.
Okay.
You think what? They're AB?
I think he made the decision. Did he get pressure from the front office? Did he get pressure from ownership to hand out? Like last year, it just felt like he was kind of washing his hands of it when he decided to give up play calling. Now, I just don't. If he, it's his way of.
And that's a bad sign too. Like every year, you want to be the one calling the plays, but then halfway through, you end up throwing in the towel and quitting because you realize you suck. You know what I'm saying? It's like every time this happens, every time with you, bro.
Answering, we have to get better. The coaching staff has to get better. Okay, you guys, I say this every week, and I say we've got to get better. And now people are making fun of me for it. I get that. I understand that. So I'm giving you a reason why I think we can get better. And that get better is maybe having somebody else take a look at the offense we have, and I will oversee it.
Well, if Kevin Stefanski...
I come back with another line, and this is the second time Jim Tressel got quoted today. I just remember Jim asking, hey, something about giving up play calling. He goes, well, then what else would I do? What is Kevin Stefanski now doing on game day? That's my question.
He's being a head coach.
Okay. Help me. If he's not, is he overriding? I mean, you would think the head coach would override, but then you got a question.
Are you going completely contrasting what most folks would say? Like, well, we don't want him calling plays. We want him being a head coach.
No,
now,
I'm not
now
contrasting.
You're saying,
I'm asking, what's he going to do? He's
going to be the head coach.
All right.
Tommy Reese, play caller. I'll guarantee you this: if Kevin Stefanski is back next year as head coach,
yeah,
he'll never call plays here again.
This is the second time he's given it up, right?
Yep. You can take the play calling away from yourself once and take it back. You can't take it back twice.
Yeah, I agree with that. You cannot do that twice. I don't see. I'm gonna be honest, bro. I don't see Dillon Gabriel working. I don't see a world in which Kevin Stefanski returns next season. I don't see how, if you're Jimmy Haslam, you allow this dude to keep trotting Dillon Gabriel out there. The players are losing faith in the locker room. You see Myles Garrett's frustration. You see Grant Delpit was talking about, man, I don't even remember what winning feels like. Like, I don't know how you allow him to keep trotting this dude out there and you bring him back. And if Shedeur plays and he's a success, that's even more of an indictment on Kevin Stefanski because you refuse to give him a true opportunity. Kevin Stefanski turning over the play calling to Tommy Reese. Get down in the comments and let me know what you think about it. Just keep the vision. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share the channel.